Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what it sees when it looks back down? From space, our planet is just this beautiful web of glowing lights. But what if those lights could tell us more than just where our cities are? What if they could actually reveal something as complex as economic inequality? Well, that's the exact question we're diving into today.
And this whole explainer is based on some fascinating new research from this team right here. They're the ones who asked this very question, and their findings are, well, they're lighting up a whole new way to see our world.
So, to get started, why even ask this question in the first place? It all comes down to something called the local inequality blind spot. Think about it. We hear all the time about the wealth gap between countries, or maybe between states. But the inequality that really hits home, the kind we actually feel day to day, is the one right in our own backyard. The differences between our town and the one just a few miles away. And here's the kicker. Getting good, solid economic data at that super local level, it's incredibly hard. Official numbers can be years out of date, and for a lot of smaller places, they just don't exist at all. This creates this huge blind spot right where it matters most. So to try and see into this blind spot, the researchers looked up, way up, to space. The whole idea hangs on something called nighttime lights, or NTL. For decades now, we've had satellites mapping the light we generate on Earth. And the logic is pretty straightforward, right? More light from streetlights, businesses, homes usually means more economic activity. So the researchers thought, hey, what if the variation in that light could tell us something about inequality? Okay, so you've got this brilliant idea. Now you need a place to test it. And for that, they chose Spain. So why Spain? Well, this map really shows you why it was the perfect laboratory. You've got these super dense cities like Madrid and Barcelona, but then you also have these huge, sprawling areas that are really sparsely populated. Plus, and this is key, Spain has really high-quality official income data, which they needed to check if their space-based method actually worked.
The way they did this was just so clever. First, they took those satellite light maps and overlaid them on super detailed population maps. That let them figure out a lights per person value for tiny little areas. From there, they could calculate an inequality score. It's called a Gini coefficient. It's a standard tool for this stuff, for over 8,000 different towns. And then, the moment of truth. Compare their score from space to the official one from tax data.
And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Did the view from hundreds of miles up actually match the reality on the ground? Let's take a look at what the satellites revealed.
The answer was, well, it was complicated but totally fascinating. When they just looked at a single year, like a snapshot in time, the connection between light inequality and income inequality was kind of weak. But when they looked at how things changed over time, the correlation became incredibly strong. It turns out satellites are amazing at tracking the dynamics of inequality. And it all comes down to this number, 0.75. That means a whopping 75% of the change in income inequality inside a town over 5 years could be explained by the change in its nighttime lights. It's like a single photo might not tell you the whole story, but a video of the lights over time, that tells you a powerful economic story. Now have a look at this. This is the direct comparison. On the left is the inequality map they made from satellite lights. On the right, the one from official income data. You can see they look pretty similar in a lot of places, but look closely at southern Spain. The satellite map on the left shows way more inequality, all those bright yellow spots, than the official map on the right. So that makes you wonder, right? Is the satellite just wrong? Or is it actually seeing something that the official data is missing completely?
The researchers have a pretty compelling theory, and it's summed up perfectly in this quote. That area in southern Spain, it has high unemployment. It's really possible the satellite is picking up on economic activity that isn't being reported, the informal economy. So in that case, the NTL data isn't a mistake at all. It's a powerful complementary tool that reveals parts of the economy that are otherwise invisible.
So where does this leave us? I mean, this study is more than just a cool idea. It's really lighting up the future of how we study our own societies.
So why does this bright idea really matter? Well, it boils down to 4 huge reasons. 1, it's cheap. It just uses public satellite data. 2, it's global. You can use this method literally anywhere on Earth, especially in places that have no reliable economic data. 3, it's timely. You can get updates way faster than waiting for official census data. And 4, as we just saw, it can help uncover hidden economic activity that everyone else misses.
So it turns out we actually can see the dynamics of inequality from space, which just leaves us with one final thought. If we can see this, What other hidden stories about our world are just waiting up there in the data, ready to be seen from a totally new perspective?